text me and I'll text you back.
Text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me, then I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me, then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. You know. 205-964-5243. You know.
Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to this daily live stream. Today's topic is, can you wholesale houses with squatters? Can you wholesale houses with squatters? So if you want to get your questions answered, you're in the right place about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate, where your cash or credit does not matter, low risk, high reward opportunity. So again, today's topic, can you wholesale houses with squatters? Now, if you want to join the live stream, you can text the word Gator to the number to get your question, get pushed to the front of the line. You can text the word Gator to the number. Let me find the thing here. Welcome back, TikTok. We're out of jail again. Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. Text the word Gator if you want to join the live stream to get pushed to the front of the line. Also, if you want to partner with us, text 5050 to the number. 5050 to the number. I'm going to update this information here soon with a new site to make it a little bit easier to do just that. All right. What else we got? Contract, the paperwork. This is what makes it all work right here. This is your superpower in this business of understanding how to leverage the paperwork to turn into what? Paper. So text the word contract to access the same contract I've been using since 2003, been given away since 2008. You get an instructional video on how to fill it out for sellers and buyers, along with how to get it signed virtually. Text the word contract. Our times. These are the times that we're on a daily basis, Monday through Wednesday, 3:45 p.m. Easternish. On Thursdays, around 8:05 p.m. Easternish. All right. We don't ask for much. Share, like, follow, subscribe. SSLF. VIP process, a great foundation on how to get things going. It's a playlist with a set of the videos that I've handpicked to build a foundation on getting you going in the right direction of actually doing this. All right, so units. We're looking for self-storage. We're looking for apartment buildings. You want to partner on those, text the word units for instructions on how to do so. How's it going, ladies?
Good.
Is it I think it just worked out that way though. Because we only have ladies in the office besides me, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
what you mean? Willie's not a lady.
Well, yeah, he's
a floater.
Yeah, squatter.
Why?
That's me.
That was funny.
No, he ain't watching. We know he ain't
Your
watching.
mama's watching.
She'll be all right.
That mean you only wanted to work with ladies?
No. I'm saying it just happened that way, I guess. Because I hired a guy before I hired you and what my guy name?
Tara.
Tara, and it didn't work out. He left with I don't even know if it was a day. Went out and brought a drone and everything. Now I was one of my friends' friend or whatever, so I ain't tripping about it. I mean, one of my friends' son, I ain't tripping about it or whatever. But that drone ain't been used since then. I got a drone for sale. We paid $1,200 for it. I let it go for $500.
Oh wow.
I don't even know where it is. Where do you know where it is? You can put your hand on it.
Oh, I've seen it, I think.
You think? We need to know where it is. I've been saying we were going to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's some good footage.
Because you said you was going to bring it.
It's here.
Well,
We'll find it.
I thought you always said you was gonna bring it or
No, it's
something.
been here.
I never knew it was
I
here.
swear I saw something like that. We'll find it.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
We ain't got no drums. We scratch that from the record.
Oh, we got it. It's here. It better be here. That can't be thrown away,
We
huh?
ain't got no
Oh,
drums.
we definitely didn't throw that away.
Yeah.
It's probably in a box somewhere then.
Need to be charged up and thrown in.
Lord.
All right, you ready for your first question?
Yeah, well, let's get it.
All right, this is on Instagram. This person said, I've been driving for bucks, seen a lot of vacant properties. What do I do next?
Okay, so you've been driving, say they've been driving for bucks. What do they do next?
Yes.
Okay. Well, now of course, now if you've been driving for dollars, hopefully you've been recording addresses. So if you've done so, now you need to determine who owns the properties, and then you need to reach out to them. You need to skip trace their information, either reach out to them by mail, cold calling, you call them, or through text messaging. So next step, or door knock, if that's a possibility. So you need to reach out to them to see if they're, number one, can you get in touch with them? Number two, if you do get in touch with them, will they talk to you? Number three, if they do talk to you, will they be interested in selling their property? And of course, then the number, is it a great deal or whatever? So a little work there still to be done, but hey, I applaud the first steps.
Mm-hmm. All right. Jeffrey Daniel from YouTube. Shout out to him because he was on before we even started. He said, "Good afternoon, Flipman and family. If you have skip traced, cold called, and sent text to all the numbers associated with the owner and no response, what should my next step be? I have a property in my neighborhood that I believe would be a great deal."
Okay. So he's done what now? Repeat that. I'm sorry.
He has skip traced, cold called, sent text messages to all the numbers associated with the owner, but he has gotten no response. What should his next step be?
Okay, now if the owner is local, did he send anything in the mail? He said that?
No.
Okay, so you want to send something in the mail. I would send it FedEx or UPS so you can increase your chances of getting your message read to get their attention. The next step would be to possibly go door knock. And if they're local.
Yeah.
That's a Gator move, but I think you're a Gator, Jeffrey. That's what his name.
All right. Amber said, "Hey, Tom."
Hey, Amber.
Truly Honest said, Hi, Flip man. Not sure if you answered this, but if a seller wants to see a picture ID before working with them, is it normal to do that?
I can see how some people will act. I've been asked that before or whatever. Normally it doesn't turn into anything. But I could see that, with people just being on the edge about everything now or whatever. We just overexposed with everything. Bad things have always happened. The internet just magnifies a lot of those things. Not saying that you shouldn't be cautious by no means, but or whatever. So you can't. Well, but I can see that, what I'm saying. But it's just normally they're not motivated. Normally.
Yeah.
But that doesn't determine that they're not. The price is going to determine that. So they're asking for that info. Now just be aware now, if you found a property online or something that was advertised, that could be a good way to get your information for identity theft or whatever. So just be aware that may be a hustle with that. So if you do send something over like that, and especially with something found online, I would block out your address, your what else? Your driver's license number. What else is on there? That's the only thing of any importance.
Some people put their social security.
Some states have their social on the driver's license. I don't know if I ain't never seen it. Well, if they do, your social security number too. So both.
All right, this question is on TikTok. This person asks, they want a mentor. They want to get into this business, and they had a part 2 question. Do you have to have your LLC to start?
Do you have to have your LLC to start? No, you don't have to have it to start. But if you want to establish, text the letters BIZ to the number, and you can get that set up. So text BIZ to the number, and I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten.
Okay.
I got you. You like okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How many people we got in here yet? Okay, I ain't gonna say nothing about it yet.
All right, this is all. This is on Instagram. Do you have an opinion about using PIN through connectedinvestors.com? I'm not sure what that is.
What is it called? PIN?
Tell them to
Using a
ask
PIN
Kelly.
through connectedinvestors.com.
Tell them to ask Kelly tomorrow. I think she knows something about connected investors.
Oh yeah, I know of them, or whatever. Actually, I don't remember what we were doing together, but anyway, I don't know what you're talking about. I think I do, but I don't know what you're talking about.
They followed up. They said, I've been using PIN to skip trace and it's not being accurate.
Okay, it must be that version of a tool like Batch Leads or Skip Vault. It must be a tool similar to that.
Okay. This one came from Shell Momoni on YouTube. She said, "Hey Flip Man, I wanted to get some feedback on the company that you refer for virtual assistants. Do you use them as well? And if so, how do you like their service?"
Yeah. Text the word scale to use the same virtual assistant we use for cold calling. Been using them for months, so yeah, they're good. They whoop them into shape. So they're VAs. They do cold calling. So text the word schedule to schedule a consultation. Please keep the appointment.
Is that all they do? Just virtual assistant?
They just do cold calling.
Phone calling,
Yeah.
that's it?
Before we go to the next question, if you want to take advantage of the training we did a couple of weeks ago, just text the free training we did. Text the word Flippenar to the number. Text the word Flippenar. When you get on the page that you click the link, scroll down to see the actual training.
All right. Quad City Rio said, "Is it a time where you can use the seller contract?"
It is a time when you can use the seller contract.
Wait, is it a time where you can use the seller's contract? And if so, in what instance?
Okay, so they're asking, should you ever use a seller's contract? In my opinion, I guess it always could be the case, a possibility. But with houses, now we're talking about houses. In most cases, no. I will never say never. I probably have said that before, but I guess you never can say never about anything. But in most cases, no. Most sellers are not going, if it's a deal. So that's see, you're going to always deal with people. See, there are going to be more people that are not going to fit in that box of it being a great deal than the ones that do, right? And so normally that type of stuff, when a seller wants to use their contract, they're fitting in the box of it's probably not a great deal. Motivated sellers normally just don't act that way.
Mm-hmm.
And just have to, and not always, now it's always possibilities, but a lot of cases when you're dealing with people on just property, especially houses, they've only done a few real estate transactions in their life. You may do more in a month than they've done in their whole life or whatever. So they just not going to know that process and say, you need to use my contract and all this stuff. It just normally doesn't work that way. Again, it can always be possible. You're always going to have your outliers, but normally if they're requesting to use their contract, normally it's not going to be a deal, meaning the numbers are not going to work.
All right. We've got Jeffrey Daniel in the Gator Room. Hold on. All right. Say something.
Hey, how y'all?
Oh, Jeff. JD, what happened?
No problem. I was the one that posted the question, the first couple of questions that was on the topic today about the property that I skip traced and skip traced and called all the numbers associated with that particular property. It's actually 2 houses down from me. It's been vacant for probably about the last 5 months, and the grass is all grown up. I've actually walked up to the door and rang the ring doorbell, and nobody answered. I think I called one of the numbers today, and a guy, I think they may have picked up and hung up, but I sent a text message through my business number to them. I haven't got a response back yet, but if you go through all of those avenues and you still doesn't get a response, what will be the next step to do with that property? I've also been to the courthouse. They gave me the same information that I found using Privy and PropStream as well.
Okay, so when I say go door knock, yeah, obviously you could go down knock on that particular door. So is the mailing address the same as the property address?
It is not. It
Okay,
is not.
So the mailing address is the door I meant to go. You would go.
Okay.
Knock on, because that's probably where the owner lives.
Okay.
PO box or a business address or something. So that's
Okay.
If they're local, assuming that they're within the market.
Okay. And that's what I'll do. I'll seek out the mailing address, which I do have, and if it's not local, I'll try to call that one number that somebody actually picked up and hung up. I'll try that number again. That's the only one I got through to. And then I'll just try to go from there.
Okay, cool.
All right. I appreciate y'all.
Okay, no problem at all. No problem at all. Just please join us again, Jeffrey.
Will do.
All right. We have a surprise for y'all. We want to introduce a new member to the family. A new did I spell that right?
Boss.
Yeah.
Minutes. I'm talking about minutes.
Lord.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So people are always asking, hey, can I have a one-on-one, which I only need about 20 or 30 minutes of your time? I really don't operate that way. You know what I'm saying? So I've been thinking about it because people make me think about it. But I called this attorney's office today, and especially he specializes in, certain part of real estate. We're probably going to end up doing an interview with him, but at this point, I'm going to have to pay for his services. And so he gave his assistant, or whoever answered the phone, said, yeah, he does that. This is what it's going to cost for an hour. I said, oh, okay. I'm going to do it or whatever. But, I was like, oh, that's how that worked. Okay. So I'm just putting it out there. I'm not sure how long I'm going to do it. So I sort of just put this together right before we started this, so it'll change or whatever. But so if you want like 30 minutes with me, no matter. Now, if you're already a student, you just please don't. Y'all already know y'all can do. But so if you want 30 minutes, I put together a short video before we started this today. Like I said, a change will make it a little bit more, more streamlined. I just wanted to test it. So if you text the word boss to the number, right, that'll you'll get a link back, and it'll have a video that explains, number one, what you're getting, number two, what it's going to cost as of today, and that may change. But you just text the word boss to the number, and that video is going to explain what the 30-minute consultation with me will work. And then if you're interested, after you watch that video, I'll send you the link to set up a schedule, and we'll go from there. Just only have a few slots available on a weekly basis, just for time constraints. And so, yeah. So if you're interested, I'll mention this again later on. So people have been asking for years or whatever, and it seems like it's more of they ask. I guess because a lot of other people do it, so they assume you're doing it too. So I need to get with the times.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Let's
see. Now I have so many. Go ahead.
All right. This is on Instagram. They ask, what is the cost of a VA?
Set up a time, and my guys are going to they'll go over that with you. That's the purpose of the consultation. They'll go over the cost.
All right. This one says Brian Kimbrough videos. He said, can I start doing virtual deals before in-state deals? I'm in Illinois, where you need a license.
Well, yeah, you can start doing virtual wholesaling. Some people start their entire career like that. They'll start virtual wholesaling a lot of times because you don't have an option. They may be in a very small market city and not restrained by any type of laws or anything. So, yeah, people start out doing it that way. To answer your question, now you can wholesale in Illinois. If you'll, I don't have a keyword set up for it because there's not a lot of people that ask for it, but I'll send you over a video. I'm not going to go through that process right now, but I have a video to go through that entire process of doing it there legally without a real estate license. At least that was how I would get down. So,
All right. Let's see. This one came from Up Close and Personal with Cassie. She said, "Hey, Flipman and family, would you consider doing a deal on a closed down hospital?"
well, with anything like that, say what I consider the deal on a closed down hospital. Now, I've never done anything like that before, but it's all about what type of deal you can get on it. Just peer who owns it right now. Because normally that's going to be, if it's a hospital, it's going to be a massive piece of real estate in a metro area in a lot of cases. Maybe a small town, but I guess. But yeah, it would be something to look at. But are you dealing with the owner? That would be my first question. Is it actively for sale right now? If it is, probably not going to be interested. And if you're not dealing directly with the owner, because you're talking about, definitely 7 figures, and a lot of times maybe even 8 figures, you got to be dealing with the owner. Just no way around it to have any chance of pulling a deal off like that.
All right. This one says, "How do you feel about running campaigns over the weekend?"
How do I feel about, I guess I mean like reaching out to sellers over the weekend? Saturday, definitely. Well, that's going to be probably one of the best days to reach a large number of people. Some people say Sundays are off limits. Now, I've gotten a lot of calls over the years and deals from talking to people on Sundays, but it's normally because they reached out to me, not me being proactive and reaching out to them either by text message or cold calling. It's normally they're reaching out to me.
All right. This one came from Daniel. He said, "My biggest problem I have right now is skip tracing. I hit so many dead ends today. I'll try a scale."
Okay, now the scale, if you're trying to get with VAs, they're not going to be really on the list part side of it, right? So first of all, I need to know what type of list you built, and then what services are you using for your skip tracing. That'll help a lot on me troubleshooting what your issue may be or issues.
All right. This one came from Denise. She said, "Okay, part one. Hello, good people. Question: I have a motivated seller. I know for sure they owe $18,000 in back taxes, but he is unsure what amount is still owed on the mortgage. He moved out 8 years ago, listed in their name. How can I find out what is owed on the mortgage? Also, do I need to know that before I can make her an offer?"
Okay, so situation, they owe 800 in back taxes. The owner hadn't paid the mortgage in 5 years or 8 years.
Says he moved out 8 years ago.
Okay, so I guess he hadn't made a payment to the mortgage company in 8+ years. It fell through the cracks. So the first thing I would do is I would pull a title, right? To make sure it still even belongs to him. It just may not. Sometimes, a lot of times, more than what it should. The county makes mistakes. They just may have never changed his name off of, when you pull it up through public record, but it's been foreclosed on and, whatever. So, but a lot of times it can fall through the crack, even on the mortgage company level sometimes. So, now I can only assume what that bill would be after 8 years with fees, interest, and so on, but it still may be a tremendous opportunity. So the first thing I would do before I would try to reach out to a mortgage company or whatever, I would pull a title and let them tell me who owns it right now. And then we would go from there, what liens are attached to it.
But it's gonna cost you.
Yeah, so a title company may call a title search. Depending on the market, it may low as maybe $200 up to maybe 600 plus, so anywhere in that range.
She said, "God, thank you all for your wisdom and that you share daily."
Thank you, Ms. Denise, for joining us.
David Carter said, "What do you think about blind offers? Should we do it or contact an agent?"
Okay, so with the blind offers, I guess he's mentioned that he's referring to making offers on listed properties directly to the listing agent. Okay, just from experience, ideally that would make sense, and some agents will get it if they have the option in that state to do dual listings or dual agency, meaning they can capture the entire commission because they don't have to get another real estate agent on the buyer side. They can do the seller and the buyer. That would make sense. But a lot of agents that do listings, they won't reply to you unless you bring another agent to the table. It's amazing to me or whatever. It's a lot of lazy agents out here, man. A lot of them. And that's me, I know. And that's more of a recent thing. Wow, it's a lot of lazy agents out here. A lot of them. Listing agents. Let me say that. You know, I get they probably feel like they're wasting their time on a lot of stuff, but I just being someone that takes on a lot of people reaching out to it, you just never know who's reaching out to you, right? That just comes with it. You're gonna have a lot of junk or whatever. But if I can make double the commission, I got to listen because you never know who you're dealing with. But a lot of them won't even return your calls, text message, emails, or whatever. You know, and so you have to bring another agent to the table. You know, you could try first to do it without an agent. If you don't get a response, then you're going to bring an agent to the table with you on the buyer side.
All right, this is on Instagram. Hey, Flipman, is Vumber still the way to go? If not, can you point me in the right direction?
Well, Vumber, I know personally that there are better services out there. But you know, we've been using it so long, and so we have numbers tied to a lot of our marketing that's with Vumber, so we still use it. I can't tell you not to use them because they serve the purpose for us. You know, I don't have any real complaints, but I know it's a more user friendly, maybe more options out there with different services. So, you know, but it works for us.
All right, this is on TikTok. I'm a BPO photographer. Is there a way we can work together?
Most definitely, because you're getting access to properties, I'm assuming, before they maybe hit the market or offers are they're trying to see what the property would be worth. So yeah, text me, we definitely can work together.
All right, I'm going to add Shireen to the chat.
Let's say Shireen.
Hello.
Hi,
Good afternoon. Is it Shireen or Shireen?
it's Shireen.
Where are you live streaming from?
I'm live streaming from Jacksonville, Florida.
J-Town. What's happening? Duval. What's going on?
Everything's great. I had my first client. I finally seller, and I'm having a time trying to find a buyer.
Okay. What are the numbers on your deal? What I mean by that, what's the ARV that you determined and the price that you have the property under contract for?
The seller was for 245 down to 210.
Okay. So say that again. Your phone is breaking up. You say the ARV is what now?
It was 240. It started at 245. Now they went lower to 210. And I'm almost sure she owed 170, and she
Okay.
owns the home. And she's just having a real hard time. And I try not to move yet because the price might go up, but she's kind of insisting that I would like to be the one that move forward with her if this is what she wants.
Okay. Yeah, we're having a little trouble hearing. I think your internet maybe acting up on you a little bit. But to make sure I understood you, so the person you have them down to 210,000 as far as a price.
Yes.
Okay. So what is the ARV? Do you know what I mean when I say that ARV?
Yes. The ARP, I've got it on Zillow. Unfortunately, the paperwork is not with me. I just the paperwork is not in front of me, but I'm almost certain the ARV. Well, I think it's at 210.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let me go through it with you. Okay. So the ARV is what it stands for is after repair value, and that's basically well, we have to get in the mind of the the cash buyer to know how they're going to make their money. So that starts with the end game. The end game is what can they sell it for once they do the renovations. So we call it after repair value, or you can look at it this way: it's a do-it-yourself appraisal, right? By us as wholesalers,
Okay.
investors. Okay, so we have to know that number. All right. So with me explaining that, so do you know that number? What would the house sell for? What are houses selling for that have been renovated or in pretty good condition? Is it the
Well,
245?
in the area, everybody, yeah, yes, sir. In the area, everybody is basically asking the homes around there like up to maybe 260, and she's kind of basing hers that's on the homes that's around her.
Okay, so there we go. So all right, so if the ARV is $260,000 and you have it under contract, or you all are discussing a price of $210,000, just well, let's do this. Let me share my screen. All right. See you later. Okay, so if we just did the I'm gonna say $260,000, right? And
Yes.
even if I just did $100 in repairs, which I know it's gonna be probably more than that. See, and we'll just say you want to make $1,000. We ain't got to go to 10,000. Okay, just looking at that, so we're already at basically $180,000 as where the property needs to be at. So I didn't include any repairs, and you making only $1,000. So what she owes is more than what makes sense for this deal in reality. If the
Right.
ARV. So yeah, it's not a wholesale deal, but it could be something else if she's willing to do it. Is the house vacant or is the property she's living in?
Oh, she's living in it. It's in good shape. She had the roof repaired about a year ago. She's actually a friend of mine, so I know the condition of the home.
All right.
And
what's her reason for selling? You may have said it, but I don't recall it. What's her reason for selling?
well, to make a long story short, she had income coming in because of her someone in her family passed away. Well, actually, her kid. She was receiving a lot of money, and the lawyer that was responsible to pay her money every month, he died. So then every bill that she had just gone. She can't take care of it because she had a kind of a high standard of living. So now no longer having that funds until she get that situated. She just came into a slum where she's really catching it. And that's why I was telling her it's maybe best for her to keep it until, but she said that she don't think that she can hang on to it that much longer.
Oh, okay, so she probably can't afford it, is what you mean?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, all right. So now this may be an opportunity for you to take the property over subject to existing financing. It's called subject to, and just to try to explain it, it's basically where she has a mortgage on the property. The mortgage will remain in her name as far as the credit side of it, but the property would be deeded over to you or whoever. So what's in it for them now? Do you know what the monthly mortgage payment is?
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's $700.
Oh, that's a beautiful payment for 170. All right. So now this property, I don't know the neighborhood or the market. I can assume they probably can get rents from anywhere from $1,200 and up in that area, if not more. Probably
Right.
closer to 1,500 or so. So that would be a tremendous opportunity for you or someone else where you can set up the deal where another investor comes in, maybe give you 15 or 20,000 as an assignment fee. You can share some of that with your the person, because you know the person. You decide that,
Okay.
and then they take possession of the property. So number one, that keeps that from going on a credit as a negative. She gets some money in her pocket to move forward, and obviously you get some money also out of the deal. I would assume would be your end game. So, but yeah, if those numbers are correct, that would be a possible tremendous opportunity from what you've explained. But as a flat out just cash wholesale deal, they won't work. But with some owner financing, because she's going to probably end up losing it anyway, it could still be beneficial to her and you.
Okay. That's great. That sounds good. I think that she would appreciate hearing that more than having to give the home up.
Yeah, that's all. That's in that situation. Those are easy for her to still salvage the situation. Now, if you want to remain in the deal or whatever, you do the subject to with her. It's deeded into your name, and then, like I said, you could do it one or two ways. You can set it up and just create it as a rental for someone, or you could just you own or finance it back out to a family, as I say, and they put up 15 or 20 grand and they pay you, and you get the difference between the 600 a month or 700 a month and whatever you're doing that payment with them with each month. So you get some upfront money and some monthly cash flow.
Okay. It sounds good.
Well, now
This is my first time.
Yeah, if you want to partner on a situation like that, we would love to do so. Just text me, just remind me of this conversation, and we'll get up. We'll look deeper into it.
That sounds awesome. Thank you so much. She's been on my head for this about 2 months. And I've been looking at your videos and I was like, okay, I'm ready now. I think it's time.
Well, hit me up. Let's see what we can do with it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Todd.
Yeah, you know what number to do that on?
No, is it the same one?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm talking. Let me take the screen off. I never did show the thing. What am I doing? Oh, boom. Yeah, it's the 205-964-5243.
Got you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a nice day.
All
Appreciate
right.
you.
Look forward to hearing from you.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Duval.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, just to mention again, people want the 30-minute one-on-one with me. That is an option as of today. Text the word boss to the number. Going to be limited slots. Just check out that video and you'll know how to reach out to me after that. So.
All right. Let's see. This one came from Krishna Torrance. She said, "Hey, Flip Man, I sent over some CRE properties. One of them is a former Kmart in Mississippi. The owner is definitely open to sell."
Oh yeah, I've seen you're still unread, so you're at the top of the list, Krishna. So yeah, most definitely, I'm on it. I'm going to reach back out to you. Should be this evening. By this evening.
All right, this is on TikTok. What do you think about tax deed or OTC deeds as opposite to what you're doing?
Tax deeds, that's a great question. Tax deeds and OTCs are over-the-counter deeds. I just learned that.
Okay, I was about to say.
Hey, so I'm going to have some stuff coming down the pipeline here soon. Really, it's amazing. And I'd have to send a shout out to Michelle. I had a lunch with her last Friday, and people have explained tax deeds to me before, and I wasn't getting it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting it, and Alabama is like one of the top states for investors on tax deeds. You know, we right here in the lion's den, as they say, ready to be ate, do some eating or whatever. But so there's gonna be more coming from me on that as I move forward. As a matter of fact, people that are in my coaching group on Tuesday nights, you know who you are. You know, actually gonna have someone that's done a couple of hundred properties, you know, tax deed related, on the Zoom later on this evening or whatever. So if you're watching this, you know, you definitely want to try to join tonight, or if you're part of the group. So, boom.
All right. This
I'll
one
send you the link
says,
to
came from Daniel. They said, can you tell us some of your experiences dealing with agents? Because you said that we can't use our original contract like we would with the owner. So what are you?
Okay, yeah. So just understand dealing with a real estate agent. Okay, they are binded to use the agreement that the board of realtors has spent a lot of money with attorneys over the years to get it super tight to protect them, right? First, and then you get to the seller and the buyer, right? Okay, so they're not going to use this one-page contract that I throw out there. Forget about it, and nothing like it. Right, but that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. All right. It's only negotiations. You just make sure that you get X number of days as far as due diligence. I recommend no less than 10 days. They're going to try to push for five. And they're going to tell you it's a law and all the noise. Now show it to me. Right? That's all negotiable. That's all negotiable. Right? Some of the contracts may have a verbiage in there about assignments that you have to get the approval of the seller to do an assignment. Then ideally you want to probably take it out, but I wouldn't trip about it because you can always double close it, right? So don't get afraid of that. Just understand, don't embarrass yourself by whipping out my one-page contract. They're not going to use it. They're only going to use their contract that's been approved by that board of realtors. Right. Yeah.
All right.
But embarrassment is free. And that's a lesson that you learn that's probably going to be more valuable than anything that I can teach you because it comes from experience.
All right. Edward Harris, he said, how much money does it take monthly to get started?
Edward says, how much money does it take monthly to get started? In reality, Edward, you could start with zero just through the power of social media and networking. You can start with zero. What I mean by that is you can use places like Facebook, LinkedIn, places like that to network with individuals that, number one, want to buy real estate. So those are your investors / cash buyers. So now you need to feed the lion again. And so how do you feed the lion? You network with other wholesalers and use their hard work, their marketing efforts to feed your beast, which is your cash buyers. So that doesn't cost you anything but time. You can literally start with zero. Now, if you don't want to go that option, then you got to spend a few bucks to do that. When I say that few $100s can get you going, whether it's cold calling or text messaging, both of those options would get you going in the right direction on that. So, like as far as the text messaging, which is they're just updating everything. So the video you see here is going to be still relevant, but if you text the word text to the number, then that video is going to give you instructions on how to put a proper campaign together to do text messaging. And if you're trying to do cold calling, you can do it with your smartphone, but that's a slow grind. Or you can put it on you can put some on steroids or give your cold calling superpowers with a dialer. So if you text the word dialer to the number 205-964-5243, that'll get you going in the right direction also.
All right. This one said, well, you can go. It's more similar.
Okay. All right. This is on Instagram. How can I get proof of funds if I want to purchase an on-market property at low cost?
Okay, how can you get proof of funds if you want to purchase properties
On market
on market
at low cost.
at low cost? Okay, so now I'm affiliated with Jamil's group that are doing a little proof of funds, but it's more in-house thing, but he's opened it up to my folks too. So text POF to the number 205-964-5243. Just follow the instructions in the video afterwards.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. TikTok, what's up?
Let's see. All right, this one came from Basir Mateen. They said, once I land a deal, can you provide me with cash buyers? I feel that's maybe my biggest challenge.
Yeah, we would love to work with you on that, man. If you got a great deal, yeah, we would love to work with you on that side. So you could text the letters, the numbers 5050 to the number. Again, I'm gonna come out with what's the name for that, but which we already got set up, but it's always trying to improve. Because I seen somebody add earlier today, and I thought that was some brilliant stuff I saw earlier today. I can get inspired. Some may call it copying.
That's good. Copying is good.
Yeah, copying is good.
Hey,
The best form of flattery is copying.
Hey, the automobile already existed, but yeah, Elon Musk come out with a better mousetrap.
I mean, we've all been copying each other. You have to, in order to learn, you have to copy somebody.
Yeah, that's the way fashion works. All we're doing is copying, right? You see somebody else wear something, oh, I look cute in that too.
That's the way math works. You learn from
Oh,
somebody.
here we go,
who
505.
didn't
Right? As soon as it flipped all over, it came out.
Or English, you gotta copy somebody else to be able to speak it.
You're right.
Yeah.
So if you sit me down in front of a TV and they're speaking, I don't know, Swahili,
Yes.
well, eventually will I learn how to speak it?
Well, you have to also interact with people, but you will pick up a lot of stuff watching.
I think you could sit me in front of a TV for 1,000 years and I wouldn't pick up one word.
I doubt that because your brain starts associating words with things.
Oh, when they also
That's how babies
1,000
learn.
years minimum.
Silly, 1,000 years.
all right, this question is on Instagram. The contract document you have on your website can be used globally? ?
Now, that's a good one. Now we're not laughing at you. We're not laughing at you, but that's a very interesting way. But just think about it, right? Globally means Afghanistan. No, not gonna work there.
They had to ask.
Give me another one. Cuba,
Alaska.
probably not gonna work there.
Yeah, Alaska is a state, so it probably.
Yeah,
will
Alaska,
work in
that's
Alaska.
us. Yeah, it should,
I know,
it should
I'm
work
just
in
saying,
Alaska.
it's
Matter of fact,
nobody
I
really
know it
living
has.
there. That's what I was saying.
That's domestic. Globally, could it work in Canada? Probably so. Venezuela, am I saying that?
Venezuela,
Probably not.
we don't know.
They ain't getting down like that.
If you translate it, maybe. What are the
I'm just
laws?
assuming it's me, just assuming.
We don't
stuff.
know what the laws are.
Give me another country. The Sudan, probably not.
Won't work in Russia.
Russia, probably not gonna work there.
Why not?
Because first of all, you gotta translate it.
No, forget it. Assuming the translation, we got that taken care of.
I was about to say,
There's the
I
verbiage
got some people over
to
there.
interact, to make a transaction of sale of real estate happen.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that will work. That might work.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is that I don't know.
Yeah, we
Number
don't
one,
know. We don't know.
but I'm assuming in most cases, no. Because it's just different.
Yeah.
Maybe in England, if the monarch doesn't own it, you might can buy it and sell it or whatever.
It's a capitalist society.
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
So, most of them probably do work.
All right. This is also on Instagram. This person asks, what's the best app to locate owners of the property? They just added something else. But what's the best way to find an owner, pretty much?
Well, if you're out just using an app and driving for dollars, PropStream works really well with that. You know, their app is only maybe 2 years old. Is it 1 year or 2? I don't know how long is it, but probably about 2 years old. I mean, 1 year old. I think they came out last summer with it or whatever. Batch leads. I haven't used that a lot, but I know the app works with it. They got batch driven. All that's going to be put into one now, I think, with the 3.0 release that's coming out, I think, this week. And Land Glide works, but it's limited on its information compared to those. But you know, so I would say PropStream, I like their geolocator and how it helps you identify property. You just got a lot of information right there at your fingertip. Also, you can skip trace with it right there while you're sitting in front of a property if you wanted to reach out to someone. So, yeah.
All right. This is on TikTok. Do you have your license? A license?
I couldn't pass the test, I'm pretty sure. So asking me to do it, Oksana, we could go through this if you want to. But
Is that a challenge?
you could pass it. I know you could pass it. I'm just saying I couldn't pass it.
With all that stuff that you know,
He's just saying it, guys.
I can't.
He don't want to sit at a table.
Test taker. That's a different.
Well, okay, so they're asking me, do I have my real estate license? And my answer is no, I do not, because I couldn't pass the test.
So have you tried it?
You never took the test.
It would have to be a serious carrot at the end of the see, and I couldn't. I would have to pay someone to literally sit down and train me on the test. Not really, you know. It'd have to be cheating.
Now, why you just click and drag now?
He just talking.
Cheating.
I want to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? I would have to just be pounded on it. Like we just had to be waking up 8 hours a day and they just drilling me on it. You know, like I would have to have you know what I'm saying? I'm serious. That's how I probably
This is terrible. With all the stuff you know.
I wouldn't want to read it. I want to if I read it, I just be wanting to highlight part. That's the part I'm talking about. So if I had somebody like coaching me, you know, like, hey, Ty, you know, we got to know this, you know, you can't do this in the state of Alabama, blah, blah, you know, but it would have to be like that. And I would have to learn it like that at this stage in my life because I'm not interested in it.
You're going to have to do it like, you know how they be like, if Tommy had 3 apples.
There you go.
And your mama be sitting there with the bill.
There you go.
And every time you get it wrong, she whoop you.
But how did you learn Ron LeGrand course?
It was all verbal.
Oh, okay.
It was all verbal.
Oh, you're a different kind of learner.
And I was interested. I'm not interested in that.
Oh, gotcha.
It's going, you know, my head is too full of Sanford and Son and no, that's education. Oh my God, Law and Order and Game of Thrones and what else we got? Atlanta, what's it called? Hip Hop, what's it called?
Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch no more.
Love
But
and Hip Hop?
I checked out the last 2 seasons. They changed too many people for me. And that was the only
She laughing at the ghetto room.
that was the only reality show I really watched. And too many football games, you know, there's too much foolishness is what I'm trying to get to. I have to be highly interested to engulf, and it don't take much, like with the tax deed thing. Oh, I was up at 3 a.m. the other night. You know what I'm saying? Just educate myself and already made some connections, you know, with people that I think going, you know, help us go to the next level. I learned a lot in the last 3 days than I knew of the last 50 some years. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the way it is. But taking that real estate test, I ain't interested in that. Because I know you don't need it. I ain't gonna say it wouldn't help you, but I know you don't need it to do this at a high level. No, personally, and too many people that don't have it or whatever. So it's gonna be. So I couldn't go through a book and an online course to learn. It's gonna have to be specialized. Somebody here knows what they're talking about. We got a chalkboard out, and they just gonna have to pound me every day. And basically gonna be pounding me what's gonna be on the test. Like we cheating almost. Like you give me the answers, basically. You know, boom, 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 boom.
That's what the practice tests are. Kind of.
How you made it in college?
I didn't. I did, but I didn't. I graduated with a 2.2.
Oh my
That's
God.
fairly passing, right?
I would
Jesus.
die if that. I
Don't
did
tell
that.
nobody else.
I would die.
But I say that is because that means nothing.
It don't. It don't mean nothing.
It means nothing.
It don't mean
I
nothing.
say that not with no pride, but I just let you know it
Right.
means nothing.
As long as you get
I
cross.
knew sitting in those classes that none of that stuff was going to turn into money for me because of what I was pursuing. Now I ain't saying that's for everybody.
Oh.
If you want to be an accountant, you need college. If you just because the way the law is set up and people say, if you're in anything medical, you're gonna need college. Engineering, and really you don't probably, but they sort of want you to have those certifications.
I mean, you
and
need
they
that
probably
math.
have different alternatives or whatever. But a lot of that you could probably learn that online, right? Through just YouTube videos or whatever.
You gotta be good in that math.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
though.
I'm saying that's just gonna come from that foundation that you got in, elementary. Some people it comes more natural for. An attorney, I guess they say some states you don't even have to go to college. You can pass that bar, you can be an attorney. Now I don't know what states those are.
yeah.
Those are.
California is one of those.
And some people are that smart. They could just lock in and study, and they can just pass the bar or whatever. So, but if you go into school to be did a school teacher, they require you to do that. In reality, you can probably learn that on the job too. In reality, you know what I'm saying? So, because it's not like they're gonna let you teach the kids what you want them to know about biology.
Of course.
They're gonna have a book that you need to go by this.
Yeah.
I know schools are different now. Don't say my school ain't what I know. But anyway, you get what I mean. So other than that, like if you go into college for marketing, unless you're going to Stanford or Harvard or something like that or whatever, you go to school for marketing, a history degree that I got, sociology and all this stuff. Again, you know what you want to do. I'm just telling you, and especially what it costs. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We used to I hate to sound like an old person, but I guess that's what it is. You could literally work a part-time job and pay for school.
Yes.
Like for real.
Yes.
Because it was only $700. It was only $700.
Yes.
We were where I went. We were on quarter, so basically under $1,000, you could get a full, 3 classes.
Yes.
Shit.
Now
I'm sorry.
You can't work.
I was still taking out the loan.
Shit.
I really didn't need to. I was still taking. That was used for gambling. So I was still taking out the loans, but I didn't really need to.
Can you give me your computer charger?
It ain't gonna work.
It's different.
Yeah, cause it's it's about to go out. You ain't got yours in here.
Unfortunately,
it's about to go out.
well, we're about to be.
It's
done.
on 10%.
Okay, yeah, we about to be done anyway.
Yeah, topic and then we'll be done.
Yeah, we good. So yeah, we're gonna go out to the top two. And I want to let y'all know that I'm not the most educated person that you may want to listen to. You might want to
You
check
do have
out.
a college degree.
I finished. I only did it, and she's probably watching to put a smile on my mom's face because I knew early on that wasn't gonna make me a dime.
Well, they had.
You know what I'm saying?
What was your degree in?
It was history degree. I had okay. This is how this happened. I started out. I thought I wanted to be a finance major. Didn't know what it was. It sounded good, right? Okay, I went to the University of Alabama, Birmingham, UAB, right? So in the School of Business, the way they did it is like other schools with, I just call them schools. If you take a class and you take it over again, the higher grade replaced the other class. It didn't work like that in the School of Business at UAB. I don't know if it's like this now. Every attempt counted. Every attempt counts. Yeah. Right. So I finally went to see my counselor, my academic counselor, and she said, she said, looks like you've taken all of your electives in history related. You've done well in those. She said, but this business thing, this finance degree you're pursuing, if you continue on that track, it's going to probably take you another 4 years. But if you pursue a history degree and a business minor, because you've taken all those business classes, you'll be through in a year and a half. I said, sign me up. There you go. So I have a history degree with an emphasis on African American Studies with a business administration minor. There you go. What y'all want me to do?
The topic.
Okay, so the topic, can you wholesale houses with squatters? And the answer is yes, you can. Whenever there's a problem, right, normally there's an opportunity to make money in business, just life period. Normally there's a problem, there's going to normally be a solution, and normally that's how people make money, is solving problems, coming up with solutions. So a squatter is a problem. So if you have a situation, it can all be all types of things. It can be a renter that just stopped paying, someone just moved into a vacant house, maybe a relative. It can be all types of situations, right? So if the seller is not willing to go through the process of what it takes legally to get them evicted, then that becomes your problem. So now they need to give you a price. Okay, you negotiate your initial price with them to make the deal work, and then you negotiate again with them that squatter price. Normally that's going to be, I would recommend another $10,000 to $15,000 discount, because depending on the state laws on how to handle squatters, it may take you 6 months, a year, or even longer to get them out of there. And who knows what condition the property may end up being in. It may end up being worse because they know you are actively pursuing to get them out of there. But again, that could be a great opportunity. Now, some buyers would gladly take on that squatter situation, but again, they're going to want a significant discount because they know what may be down the pipeline. And that's going to be all relative to the property, to the area, how hot it is, how big of a discount, what the end game is for how much money they could possibly make on it. All of that will factor in. So to answer the question, can you wholesale houses with squatters? Yes, you can. All right, so boom. So guys, so remember, okay, so if you want the 30-minute consultation with me, text BOSS to the number. That video will explain how we can get that done. Gonna be limited slots on that. And so if you didn't get your question answered, text, post them in the comment section of any video, and I answer those on a daily basis. Thanks, Shireen, for joining us. Text me on that, Shireen, so I can take a look at it and tell you if something we would love to pursue with you together. If there's nothing else, Jessica's laptop is about to die. We'll see you on the FLIP SIDE.
Bye.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me, and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you know 205-964.